Hey everyone, what's going on? MXMA, and today I'll be going over all the bugs that you can encounter on your adventures on Hoxxes IV. So let's get started. So the first family of bugs we're starting with are the Glyphids. And first off are the Glyphid spawn and swarmers. They're quite easy to kill, just with a right click of your pickaxe. However, try to make sure that you keep their numbers low. They're called swarmers for a reason.
Same for the shotgun, by the way.
After the spawns and the swarmers, we got the Glyphid grunt family. First we start with the regular grunt. He's just your average Joe, and you just shoot him in the mouth. It's quite easy to kill him. After the grunt we have his upgraded cousin, which are the slashes. They have a little more health than the grunt, but they do share the same weak spot. And the last grunt is the grunt guard. He's armoured, has way more health, and it's hard to kill since he does tend to protect his mouth with his armoured paws. But once again, shoot him in the mouth and you should be able to kill him. Usually accompanying the Glyphid grunt is a Glyphid warden. He's easy to identify by his pink colour and the fact that he has trails flowing out of him which give a defensive buff towards other grunts or other Glyphids. His weak spots are the pink orb that's on his back and its mouth. If you encounter a Glyphid warden accompanying a group of grunts, make sure that you take out the warden first, and after that it should be easy mop up on the grunts. Next up are the Glyphid Praetorian. They're more tanky and deal more damage. However, they're quite easy to deal with by shooting their glowy butt, or just freezing them up and giving them a couple of hits.
Honestly, if he goes down, man, he just goes down. Fuck it.
After the Praetorian, we have its bigger and stronger cousin, the Oppressor. The only way to deal with an Oppressor is to freeze and shoot it or shoot his glowy butt. You can't penetrate his armor anywhere, so don't try. Just go for the butt or freeze him up and shoot him. And then we have the old man of the Glyphid family, the Glyphid Dreadnought. You have to break his shell first before you can actually damage his health, and with shell I mean his butt shell that's protecting him. So break the shell first and then you can start shooting the butt. Just like the Oppressor, you can't penetrate his armor anywhere else, so don't try. Break the butt shell, then shoot his butt. Next up are the more explosive Glyphids, starting off with the Glyphid Exploder. He's a little suicide bomber and he blows himself up right after you kill him or when he gets close to you. The only way to prevent this is to shoot him in the mouth when it's open or by freezing him up and then killing him. After the Exploder we have the bigger cousins, the Bulk Detonator and Hazardous Detonator. The Bulk Detonator and Hazardous Detonators share the same weak spots, which are the tumor-like shapes that are glowing on their backs. Make sure to keep your distance from both of them because both of their melee and their explosions are really big. You don't want to get caught up in either one of those. After the more volatile part of the Glyphid family, we head over towards the more spitty part of the Glyphid family. Starting off with the Glyphid Web Spitter. He's like the grunt, but it spits a web that slows you. Just shoot it in the mouth for a quick and clean kill. Then after the Web Spitter we have the Acid Spitter. It's more health than the Web Spitter and its projectile deals damage. Make sure to also shoot it in the mouth for a quick and clean kill. And these guys can be quite a nuisance from time to time. And personally, I always prioritize them. And then lastly, the spittiest of spitty is the Glyphid Menace. It is basically the bigger and stronger version of an Acid Spitter, and his projectiles deal a ton of damage. Make sure to shoot it in the mouth or the blue pockets that lit up on his sides for a quick and clean kill. After the Glyphids we have a final smaller group of grunt bugs left to discuss, and those are the Corona. Starting off with the Corona Youngling. It's a rolly boy. When you get hit by him, it will send you flying. The weak points of this are the mouth and the eyes when idle, and when rolling make sure that you open up the armor first before you start shooting them. Once you've opened up the armor though, they're quite easy to kill. After the Youngling we have the Corona Shellback, which is basically the stronger version of the Youngling. Here you have to shoot the eyes, mouth and tail tips when he's idle, and when he's rolling make sure to once again break his armor first before you're able to start firing on him. Then our final mobile ground creature is in a Niagara Frawler. He wades through the sand and only temporarily exposes himself, and once he does he usually tries to grab one of your fellow miners or yourself. But when he jumps and tries to grab you, he exposes his belly, which is his weak spot. He only takes a couple of hits to take down, but make sure that you use this opportunity to shoot his weak spot. Now that all mobile ground bugs are covered, we go towards the air, starting off with the Macteras. First off is a Mactera spawn. He's a basic Mactera bug, and it spits acid towards you. Just shoot its belly for the weak point, and it should be quite easy to kill. After the Mactera spawn, we have the Mactera grabbers. They don't actually harm you directly, they just grab you and take you around for a lap throughout the air. The main way they kill you is through falling damage once they let you go. The only weak point that you really have is a small weak point at the butt. Make sure to shoot these fuckers as quickly as possible before they start running off with one of your teammates. Then the final Mactera that we have to cover is the Mactera Goo Bomber. He basically shoots goo or eyes that slows your movement and doesn't really deal any direct damage. To take care of the Goo Bomber, just shoot his ball sacks on his left and his right side, which are his weak point, and then you have to finish him off by a couple of direct hits to the face. The next flying family are the Neodocti. Neodocti Shocker and Hatchling are swarm units and they will shock you. They don't have a weak point and they don't really require one because of the low health. Just make sure that you don't get swarmed by them because it's the same principle as the Glyphic swarms and spawns. Next up, a Neodocti Row and a Neodocti Breeder. The Row has no weak points and it spawns Shockers and Hatchlings. The Row in turn are spawned by the Breeders. The Breeders only can be shot on their weak points when they're spawning rows. Their mouth will lit up and that's the point where you need to shoot them. Make sure you kill a Breeder in time to prevent yourself from getting swarmed by Neodocs, Shockers and Hatchlings.
Oh shit.
Now that we've covered all the mobile hostile bugs, let's go cover some of the static bugs. Starting off with the cave leech. He usually hangs around the ceiling of caves and grabs you and then slowly tears you up. Has no weak spots, but it's quite easy to kill. However, what's important to know is that you can prevent them from being triggered by turning off your headlight on your miner helmet. So when you hear a scream and all of a sudden you see somebody falling from the ceiling, turn off your headlight and shoot that bug first. Next up we have the Spitball Infector. Basically a static kind of tower that shoots acid projectiles towards you, which kind of fucking hurt. Make sure to shoot the yellow spots out on him to kill him quite easily. Those are his weak spots. And also, fun fact, you can shoot the projectiles that he's firing towards you to destroy them mid-air. So make sure to hit those instead of having to play dodgeball. And then the last static unit that we have is the Glyphid Brute Nexus. It spawns Glyphid Swarmers, so make sure to kill it in time to prevent yourself from being swarmed. The weak points are the eyes, but also make sure once you kill it that it spawns a whole bunch of Glyphid Swarmers as well. So don't think once you've killed it that you're in the clear, you've got some mob opportunity to do afterwards. Then we go over towards the more passive creatures that inhibit the Hoxxes IV that are worth knowing about. First of course, the loot bugs. You can just easily kill them with melee and collect the nitro and gold that's inside of them. Besides the loot bugs, we also have a golden variant which is kind of identical to the actual loot bugs. And the other creature that's worth knowing about is the Holy Hoarder. Holy Hoarders collect a bunch of minerals of different types, but make sure to kill it before it escapes and then collect the juice afterwards. The easiest way to kill a Holy Hoarder is just freeze them up with cryo, either cryo grenades or the cryo gun, and then just shoot them up. And finally, some closing tips for you guys to deal with wildlife on Hoxxes IV in general. Frost damage works wonders against almost any bug that you encounter, except of course when you're in a frost biome, then you won't want to prefer fire damage. When you're dealing with Macteras, fire also works perfectly. Set those bugs ablaze, or either freeze them up and make them fall down, they will just collapse and break up. So to summarize, fire and frost damage are the main go-tos when you're dealing with bugs on Hoxxes IV. Try to keep that in mind. So that covers all the major forms of life in Hoxxes IV. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for future content. I also stream on Twitch over at twitch.tv/MXMTrivia. Lastly, have a great day and I'll catch you guys in the next one.